It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From Ackerson Field at Hopewell Valley High School, this is the Trentonian pregame show on the WBCB Sports Network. Today's broadcast of the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament semifinal is brought to you by the following sponsor: Revere Restaurant, Mako Ewing, the Trentonian, Alderman Ford, a Capital Health System, Hyundai of Trenton, the New Jersey Education Association, and Team Toyota. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant good evening to you all, and thanks for spending it tuned into the WBCB Sports Network. It is semifinal night for the 2025 Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament. We are coming to you live from Hopewell Valley High School in Pennington. It is first of two semifinals tonight. First up, we have the number 3 seed Princeton Tigers taking on the number 7 seed Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. Alongside Nick Gallagher, I'm Andrew Myers. Thank you so much for joining us here. And Nick, we have an intriguing matchup here in our first semifinal of the night. Princeton, the number 3 seed, 15 wins on the year in 19 games. A lot of people expected them to be here. Their opponent, though, playing on their home turf tonight, the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs, coming in with a 10-10 record, the number 7 seed in the CVC Tournament. I don't think many people expected them to get through into the Final Four, but they're here playing on their home field, and they have some upsets on the mind today.
Yes, they do. In fact, they do. This Princeton team is going to be a tough challenge for the Bulldogs tonight. They have 15 wins on the year. They've had an incredible season. You know, Princeton was really looking at maybe even more wins this season, but enough about them for the moment. The Bulldogs, their road to how they get there, they beat Hightstown in the first round matchup 3-1, getting all goals in the first half. And then the big win against number 2 seeded Robbinsville, snapping Robbinsville's 10-game winning streak, just winning 1-0 over that, where they got a goal from Pete Donato, was the lone goal, assisted from Tyler Yadimick. And this team is playing its best soccer of the season right now. Yes, you mentioned maybe not a lot of people expected the Bulldogs to be here tonight, but they've just playing their best soccer at the right time, and that's really what this tournament is about and how they got here. And you got to really think, Andrew, playing on their home field is really got to comfort them in the beginning of the game, how they're going to come out. They're going to try to do their best to get a goal in the first half and kind of set the tone if they can. But a tall task against this Princeton lineup, and this Princeton team has been really efficient all season long.
Yeah, and I think the Bulldogs, when the bracket came out, they were kind of maybe looking at it and saying, okay, there's maybe a path to the semifinal to get back to our home turf. They did have a home game in the first round as a 7 seed, a 3-1 win against Hightstown, as you mentioned, Nick. And then they move on to the quarterfinal with an upset against Robbinsville, 1-0 win on Saturday. And they, winning that first game, going on the road for game 2, saying, all right, we only need one more game, knowing that the semifinal and the final both going to be played here at Hopewell Valley High School. I think the Bulldogs probably had a little extra motivation after grabbing that first round win over Hightstown, and then came through with that win in the in the quarterfinal against Robbinsville. But now another tall task for the Bulldogs as they take on the number 3 seed Princeton Tigers. For the longest time, they were ranked inside the top 20 for NJ.com. They were ranked as high as 17 last weekend, and then dropped out of the rankings this week after a couple of losses to end the regular season. But the Tigers, 2-0 in their last 2 games, a 7-0 win against Ewing in the first round, and then a 1-0 victory against Trenton in a tough quarterfinal matchup. But the Tigers, they've been here before, the defending champions from last year's tournament, winning right here on this home turf just about a year ago, and they are going to come out guns blazing with a good defense, a pretty good offense too. A lot of things going well for this Princeton Tigers team, and they are a team that's been here before and should have no problem getting into this game right from the jump.
Yeah, it starts with their manager, Ryan Walsh. He took over back in 2023. He had a 22-2 record at the time, and in his short tenure here as a manager over the Tigers, he's 33-6-5 overall. And really this time of year, Andrew, yes, it is the players out there, but the manager, the tactics, the adjustments, the veteran experience Ryan Walsh has with his Princeton team, and obviously having the 11 guys on the field for him tonight is really going to be big, as the Tigers have really owned this series as of recently, winning 3 of the last 5 matchups against Hopewell Valley, outscoring them 6-1. So it's going to be important for the Bulldogs to score early to set their tone, but the Tigers are going to try to set their own tone and get ahead early on in this one.
Yep, the Tigers have won 3 straight against the Bulldogs, and these last 4 matchups in this rivalry have ended in shutouts. So goals have been hard to come by for both teams in the last couple of seasons for this matchup. They did play in the regular season way back on September 11th. It was a 1-0 win for Princeton. Chase Hammerschlag scoring a goal in the second half to propel Princeton to a victory in that matchup. So these two teams obviously familiar with each other, two CVC foes, and now they are either of them 80 minutes away from playing in the final of the CVC tournament. So it should be some exciting stuff. These two teams will go through the motions, go through the rules with the referee, and we will have kickoff coming up momentarily on the WBCB Sports Network. Stick with us as we'll take a quick break. Kickoff on the other side.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation, and that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian. I'm Andrew Myers alongside Nick Gallagher. Colin Summer, our video engineer today. Here at Hopewell Valley High School, it's the first of 2 semifinals tonight in the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament. The number 3 seed Princeton Tigers taking on the number 7 seed Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. Both teams at a knee around their 35-yard lines of the football field, I should say. Following the yellow lines today, folks, for our soccer action tonight. Princeton wearing blue tops with white shorts. White tops, black shorts for the home team, Hopewell Valley, or I guess designated away team, but they're playing on their home turf. Hopewell Valley Bulldogs and Princeton will start with the ball first. It'll be at the foot of Angel Morales Rivera. Princeton moving right to left, Hopewell left to right. Everybody ready to go. And we are underway with a 5:04 kickoff in the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament semifinal. Princeton trying to pin Hopewell Valley deep early. Tigers with a 1-0 win against the Bulldogs in the regular season way back in just the second week of the year on September 11th. Coming in on the tackle is Isaiah De La Esparella, and he's called for the foul. First whistle of the day, 30 seconds in, goes against Princeton.
It's not too often in the modern CDC we see teams playing more than once per season, usually once in the regular season. They'll be lucky to get a matchup in the postseason, but it's good that these teams have experience playing one another already early this season. But I mean, you imagine how much they've adjusted and how much both teams have come from since those early season matchup. And again, it was just a 1-0 game.
Yeah, a lot of competition in the CVC this year. You still had your regular heavy hitters in Princeton and Notre Dame, who we'll see later tonight. 2 teams that are regularly atop the CVC standings, especially in the Colonial Division. Princeton with a 6-0-1 record this year in division play. They tied Notre Dame for the division title. Princeton, of course, defeating Notre Dame in the CVC title game last year, right here at Hopewell Valley. Potential rematch on the horizon, but Hopewell and Lawrence, who will play Notre Dame later tonight, might have something to say about that. And a missed touch there as Takto Yamada tried to find Aaron Thyrum, and Thyrum just went away from it a little too soon.
It's been a wild season for this Bulldogs team to get them. We mentioned in our Trentonian pregame just more recently what they've been through to get here. They started out 1-3 this year. They had a 5-game winning streak, scoring 14 goals, only allowing 2, and that really kind of propelled them into the top half of this bracket here in the CVC in order to really set them out to get everyone. I mean, obviously you don't think they're going to beat Robbinsville on paper. They've proved a lot of people wrong so far.
Chance for Princeton as Thyrum had the ball taken away from him inside. Playing a little 1-2 with Isaiah De La Esparella. He'll stay with the Tigers. Yeah, the Bulldogs, they were 1-5 in their first 6 CVC games. Then they had that 5-game win streak in the middle of the season. Then they closed out the regular season with a 1-4 record before the CVC tournament. But we're still able to get that home game in the first round as the 7 seed. And now find themselves back at home. And there's a good play up the left wing. Bulldogs trying to find some space as planted forward is William Rye. Across to the right side. It's picked up by Ryan Fornall. First real chance for the Bulldogs, and it's taken away. Emil Rybovich was in on the attack as well.
Rybovich had one of the goals for the Bulldogs in their win against Heightstown. Only 3 total goals this year for Rybovich. The team, though, struggling to score offensively this year. Only 30 total team goals this year. And they've really struggled in parts of the season, putting the ball into the back of the net. It's been a tough schedule for them, regardless. But all it takes is that one goal, Andrew. I mean, we saw it in the Robbinsville game. That's all it takes this time of year. Just that one goal when you need it most in the crunch time. And some good defense, too.
Ball played forward. De La Esparella trying to keep it in, but unable to do so. Yeah, you look at the goal differential comparison for these two teams. Princeton, 43 goals scored this year to just 9 goals given up. And then Hopewell, 30 goals scored, 28 goals allowed in 20 games. You look at 1-goal games, too. Princeton, 11 1-goal games this year. They're 8-3 in those 1-goal contests. 3-5 record for Hopewell.
And that really, that sets teams apart, especially in the CVC in this time of year. I mean, that really makes a difference. And yes, I mean, that's all you need to do in this sport most of the time is just get that one goal when you need it. And, you know, really helps add up the wins come playoff time.
Ball played out wide to William Rye. Might be saying his name a lot today. Rye had a goal and an assist in the first round against Heightstown. De La Esparella trying to get around the Bulldogs' defense. Battling with him is Jackson DeRosset. And the Bulldogs able to get a favorable whistle. Ed Gola, the head coach of the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs, in his 22nd year in charge. One of the veteran coaches in the CVC.
I mean, these 4 coaches that we have tonight in all these 2 matchups are just incredible. I mean, you look at Brian Fisher, Notre Dame, Jeff Molinelli at Lawrence, Ryan Walsh here at Princeton, and of course Ed Gola. I mean, just experience and a lot of wins between all 4 coaches.
Played forward. It's a good ball. Looking for Rybovich, but it's just a little bit out of his reach. Yeah, and you look particularly at the postseason success of a lot of these teams, too, and these coaches, I should say. Ed Gola, 3 sectional titles with the Bulldogs, last one coming in 2021. Ryan Walsh has had a ton of success already in his 3 seasons ahead of Princeton. 2023 Group 4 champions. Here's a good ball played forward, looking for De La Esparella. And playing it back to the keeper is Jackson DeRosset. Kemfer Hargis, the sophomore goalkeeper for Hopewell Valley. Strong season for the sophomore, coming off a 13-save performance in the quarterfinal against Robbinsville. Good ball movement in tight space for the Tigers. Bram Reynolds plays it to the corner for Thyrum, and then Thyrum has the ball taken away. Played forward. Just over 7 minutes into this contest, and Princeton has had the bulk of the possession. No clear-cut chances yet, though, for the Tigers. Andre Ansara will take this throw in. Thyrum dekes a defender. Plays it back to De La Esparella, who tosses it into the box. Cleared away by Hopewell Valley. Kiana Sai was the intended target on that cross, and Hopewell Valley able to clear it away. Good touch to keep it away from the defender by Dylan Kowalik, and then the Bulldogs win a throw-in. Played out for Kowalik. Good ball all the way out to the opposite side of the field. He was looking to connect with William Rye, but coming out to pick it up is Ari Rosenblum, the goalkeeper for Princeton. Rosenblum in the Princeton defense has been phenomenal all season. Just 9 goals allowed in 19 games. 11 shutouts for the Tigers this year. And they're coming off a shutout, 1-0 win against Trenton in the quarterfinal on Saturday. Here's a good ball to Bram Reynolds. And he'll just play it back to De La Esparella. Princeton often patient with the ball. They'll play it across opposite side of the field by Angel Morales Rivera. Plays it forward, looking for Bram Reynolds a second. Initial connection not made, but Reynolds able to stay with it. De La Esparella trying to get around a couple of defenders now. Good defense from Ryan Fornal. Princeton wasting no time. Here's a cross in. It's a good one, and it's going to clear everybody as Andre Ansara whipped it in with his right foot.
First really solid chance for the Tigers early in this one, first 10 minutes of play. And really, you got to watch out tonight for the back line of the Bulldogs versus the Tigers attackers. It really is going to be an interesting matchup to see how they try to get through.
You know, I think you're already seeing, too, Hopewell starting to drop back an extra player or two when Princeton's on the attack, especially don't want to get caught on the counterattack. Princeton already taking the ball away from Hopewell, but this time the Bulldogs able to get it back. Now racing up the right side of the field, it's Archer Seas. Seas plays it inside, and they'll switch the fields over to the left side for William Rye. Rye loses it, though, and Princeton will try to turn it back upfield. Good touch by Aaron Thyrum, able to keep the ball at his feet, but then it's turned away. Bulldogs will slow it down now. 10 minutes in, no score between Hopewell Valley and Princeton. Here's a shot from far out, and it's not too far off. Good hit from Archer Seas from about 35 yards out.
That had some great pace to it. A little floater that just hung. You just thought it was going to find its way into the back of the net there in the back corner. And that would have been a huge statement for the Bulldogs to get off to the races if that went in.
Archer Seas, the crafty junior, 6 goals, 7 assists this year. He had 2 assists against Heightstown in the first round. Trying to get his name back on the score sheet in this CVC tournament. Turned away by Colin McCullough. He boots it upfield. Good touch by Dylan Kowalik. And he'll play a little 1-2 here on the near side with Emil Rybovich. Kowalik with the defender on his back, just plays it back. And Hopewell Valley will switch the field. Good pressure, though, from Aaron Thyram. Still early. These guys have some energy. And there's an unforced error for Hopewell Valley as Thyram picks up. Princeton trying to find some momentum now. Offensively, Rybovich just trying to barrel through a defender. Good job standing tall by Andre Ansarov. Battle of the eights. First of two semifinals tonight. We'll have the top-seeded Notre Dame Irish taking on the 4-seed Lawrence Cardinals. After this one goes final. Championship game scheduled for 4:30 Eastern Time on Saturday evening. Right back here at Ackerson Field, Hopewell Valley High School. Hopewell Valley starting to get a little more of the momentum and the possession, especially in the middle of the park. Here's Archer Seas. Mario Wadzicki plays it out wide, and then it's turned over by Hopewell Valley. Now playing it forward, looking for Dale Asparella. Flag is up, though, offside. Thyram and Dale Asparella, they're going to try to connect all night long. And Hopewell Valley, the back line, holding a high line and able to get Dale Asparella to jump offside. Isaiah De La Esparella, 13 goals this year, leading the Princeton Tigers. He scored a hat trick in the first round against Ewing, a 7-0 win for Princeton in the first round. This one punched ahead. It's a good touchdown by Tyler Yadamak, and first corner of the day is won by Hopewell Valley. Corner taken on the near side. It's going to be Archer Seas over it. It'll be an outswinger with the right foot. Now into the far post, skids off the head of Dylan Kowalik. Hopewell Valley stays with it. Whipped back in again, all the way back to Seas, who plays it back on the ground. Here's a shot into the top of the net, and a goal for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. It's William Rye who turns it in. Princeton just couldn't get it out of the box. Second chance effort put across on the ground by Archer Seas. And right there to bury it is William Rye. 15 minutes into the contest, Hopewell's up 1-0.
Bulldogs getting their last goal against Robbinsville off a set piece, and that was a dangerous set piece. Got the ball back off the deflection and whipped it in on the far side flank, and it was dangerous right there as Rye cleans that one up. Bulldogs off to a fast start, exactly what they needed tonight, 1-0. As you mentioned, you're 15 minutes in, that's just what the Bulldogs needed, and you just got that feeling of relaxation from them getting that first goal tonight here on their home field.
William Rye, his third goal of the season, his second goal in this tournament. He had one in the first round. And the junior puts the Bulldogs ahead 15 minutes into the contest. And this home crowd is loving it, as the 7-seeded Hopewell Valley Bulldogs take an early lead over the 3-seed Princeton Tigers. Early headlines being written at Ackerson Field tonight. Bulldogs already putting the pressure on, trying to get a second. And set pieces certainly can play a factor in these tournament games. First corner of the game, 15 minutes in. And Hopewell Valley doesn't score directly off the corner, but on the second chance effort, a couple of crosses in. And Archer Seas connects with William Rye for the goal. 8th assist of the year for Archie Seas, excuse me. Free kick now just ahead of the Hopewell Valley bench for Princeton. Whipped in, top of the box, misses a couple of players, and now cleared out of the way by Seas. High line for the Princeton back line and played forward by Marco Mueller. Miscommunication, though, as that one's whipped out of play. Last season, Hopewell Valley lost in the quarterfinal of the CVC Tournament to Notre Dame. Bulldogs were the 5 seed last year, so dropping down to the 7 this year. Princeton dropping in seeding as well from a year ago. Won the title last year as a 2 seed. 3 seed in 2025. And Princeton, no different goals this year for the Tigers. They're looking to win multiple pieces of hardware. Already got a share of the Colonial Division title. Looking for the CVC title next, and then on to sectional tournament. Tigers won the Central Jersey Group 4 title last year against Monroe, and then lost in the semifinal of the Group 4 tournament against Southern. 18 wins for Princeton a year ago. Stoppage here. We got a whistle, and substitute for the Tigers is Azriel Lopez Azogu will enter for the first time today. Good pressure from Mario Radzicki, turning Princeton back. Bulldogs looking to break out now. Good move. Back out. Player goes down. And it's going to be a free kick in a favorable position for Hopewell Valley. Archie Seas winning that free kick. And it looks like he's going to be the one over top of it. Ball spotted right at the 10-yard line of the football field. So you're looking at about a 20-yard out here from the goal line.
It's a great run by Archie Seas that time. Had 4 men kind of surrounding him, was still able to make something happen, win a free kick in a very manageable spot here for the Bulldogs.
5-man wall for the Tigers. Ari Rosenblum, the goalie, in place. Here's Archie Seas, puts one on the ground. And not all 5 Tigers went up on that wall. Good job by a couple of them to stay put. And no harm, no foul on that free kick, but Hopewell Valley trying to keep the pressure going. Princeton regains possession. This one played forward, but jumping on it is a Hopewell Valley defender. Emil Rybovich back there. Tigers trying to spread the field, looking for Marco Mueller out there on the far side. Battle for it. Princeton will keep possession. Hopewell Valley thought they had won that, though. And there's a ball in the middle of the box, but nobody there. De La Esparella, the closest one to the spot. Ivan Marinov kind of just sent it into the box. Played out for a Princeton throw-in. Bodies go down on the far side. Referee says play on. Getting back to his feet is De La Esparella. This one played into the box and corralled by the Hopewell keeper, Kemfer Hargis. Past the midway point in the first half. 1-0 lead for Hopewell Valley over Princeton. Alongside Nick Gallagher, I'm Andrew Myers. Colin Sumner along with us as well. Good movement by Takto Yamada. Finds some space, gets Princeton to play that throw in. And now the Tigers will regroup. All 11 Bulldogs behind the ball right now. Trying to keep a 1-goal lead. Plenty of time left on the clock. A lot of ball game left. This Princeton offense is tough to hold down for an entire 80 minutes. Hopewell Valley, certainly no strangers to knowing that. Still moving forward, trying to keep the ball in his possession is Edward Lee, but he loses it. Goes down. Only for a moment, though, as Hopewell Valley regains possession. Now they try to play it forward. Finding space. Dylan Kowalik playing it up, looking for Connor Foy. Space now for the Tigers. Kayanasai plays it up. Isaiah De La Esparella to the corner. One defender to beat. And he fires it toward frame near post, and it misses everything. Good read by Hargis. And a missed opportunity for the Princeton Tigers.
Been really impressed so far through the first half of this first half with the Bulldogs defense. They've really been in the passing lanes of the Tigers. They're getting them a little frustrated. And, you know, if you're the Tigers, you want to respond to that early Bulldogs goal pretty soon. You want to keep that pressure back on Hopewell Valley, and the Bulldogs have responded really nicely to that and had answers so far after the goal has been scored.
Hopewell Valley keeping the Princeton Stars in check to this point. Aaron Thyram and Isaiah De La Esparella, two guys you got to keep an eye on. De La Esparella, 13 goals leading the Tigers this year. 4 goals and a team leading 11 assists for Aaron Thyram.
And that's something, if you're the Bulldogs, you want to limit as many free kicks and corner kicks for Princeton, because Thyram is so dangerous when he's whipping it in the box from either corner or if he's a free kick taker. And that's just not something you want to do if you're the Bulldogs. You want to limit those chances, just continue to keep the pressure on defensively and make the Princeton Tigers really work and earn if they want to get back in this game. So plenty of time left, and a lot of adjustments can be made from now until the end of the game.
Yeah, you don't want set pieces to beat you. I mean, you already saw Hopewell Valley take advantage of a set piece, scoring off a corner on a second chance effort off the corner. And then they had a good opportunity on a free kick from 20 yards out for Archie Seas. Didn't get the greatest of shots off, but still the Bulldogs able to take advantage. Good move to get around a defender from Takto Yamada.
That was pretty.
Yeah, good vision by the defender. This one played up, flicked ahead by Andrea Lopez Azogyu, and chasing is De La Esparella, but coming out to collect is Hargis. And for Hargis, just a sophomore, strong in net already for Hopewell Valley. Something to look forward to for the Bulldogs the next couple of seasons with him in net. 152 saves this year in 20 games. Battle forward on the far side. Hopewell Valley keeps possession. Good ball movement here from the Bulldogs. Played out wide and a missed touch from Ryan Fornall. And Fornall getting some scuff from some supporters down here. I don't know if they're Princeton or Hopewell Valley fans, but
I believe they're all Princeton.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hopewell Valley students.
Yeah, giving their teammate a little smack talk after kicking that one out of play. Breaking out from the back line. Nice shot from Chase Hammerschlag, and he plays it forward. A chance for the Tigers. De La Esparella, good move around the keeper. Keeps his balance, but he can't find the back of the net. Oh, it's a missed opportunity that the Tigers are going to win back. Their leading scorer, De La Esparella, ball on his feet. He did the hard part again around the keeper, but then fired it wide. And Hopewell Valley hangs on.
Hargis had to try to make a quick decision whether to come out and charge, and he did. Made the right decision. I think that is the right decision, what he tried to do. And he was lucky to have some teammates there to back him up, and just too much dribbling from De La Esparella there. Was not able to connect and bury that one and equalize.
Yeah, I think Hargis coming out, putting the pressure on De La Esparella kind of made him lose his balance a little bit. Great job by him to get around the keeper, and then just unable to set his footing before he got that shot off, and he put it just wide. And it was a phenomenal ball, too, by Carter Hammerschlag. Or Chase Hammerschlag, excuse me. Hopewell Valley keeping the 1-0 lead. Undoubtedly the best chance of the day so far, though, for Princeton. Played forward, looked like Princeton got away with a shove there. Hopewell Valley keeps it, though. Good ball from Archie Seas as he plays it to the left side for Tyler Yadamak. But then the Bulldogs lose possession. Princeton trying to get numbers upfield. They'll play it forward. De La Esparella, second chance after it was off of Simon Danos Pelkaton. You can see the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs pressuring De La Esparella, putting two guys on him almost immediately every time he has the ball at his feet. Sure, the game plan is you don't want to let him beat you. Great touch to keep it in play, and then knocks it out for a throw-in rather than a corner kick. Jackson DeRosset. And no, they're actually going to say it did go out of play along the line. So first corner of the day for Princeton, just about a half hour into this contest. Saw Hopewell Valley score off a corner earlier. Can the Tigers respond? It's a short corner. Design play. Whipping it in is Thyrom, and it somehow gets in front of the keeper. And good reactions from Camphor Hargis as he stays with it. Good design play from the Princeton Tigers. And now Hopewell Valley looking for a counterattack. Far side, here's William Rye, the goal scorer. Turns it back, and he'll find a teammate. Play forward, a good touch, and a great tackle to keep it away. Oh, and then an inadvertent touch on the ground from a Hopewell Valley Bulldog. I believe that was Peter Donato, who fell to the ground, and then as he got up, he blocked the path of a pass to one of his teammates. Good pressure from the back for Aaron Thyrom. Forces that turnover, and Princeton regains possession. Here's Hammerschlag. Not afraid to bring it upfield from the back line. Princeton trailing 1-0. Rare territory for the Tigers this year. They have just 3 losses. And they've allowed now 10 goals on the year. Throw in deep in their defensive third for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. Good touch from Donato, but the pressure from a Princeton defender makes him turn the ball over. Then contact, De La Esparella going at it with Ryan Fornall. And the whistle goes to Hopewell Valley's way. Today's game brought to you by Haldeman Ford, celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community. Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford has it all: new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready vehicles. Haldeman Ford services all makes and models and is known for their fleet service and state-of-the-art collision center. Haldeman Ford here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, celebrating 50 years of business. Eight and a half minutes left to go in the first half. 1-0 lead for Hopewell Valley over Princeton. Semifinal number 1 of the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament. And an upset brewing at Ackerson Field. Princeton might have something to say about it before it's all said and done, though. Good defense from Hopewell's Emil Radbovic. And it's a throw-in for Princeton. Both these teams with similar form coming into today's game. In their last 5 games, they each won their last 2, then lost the previous 2 before a win before that. So 3 and 2 in their last 5 for both these squads. Another corner coming up on the near side for Princeton. Simon Danos Peltekian on the keeper, goes through everybody and somehow goes through all those bodies, no touch. It'll roll out for a Hopewell Valley goal kick. I think Princeton got the bodies to where they wanted them to be, but nobody able to get contact on that cross. William Rye with the lone goal to this point. Scored just under 15 minutes into the contest. Assist from Archie Seas. Good defensive read from Edward Lee on that play. Getting possession for the Bulldogs, but Tigers take it right back. Now played upfield. Peltekian on the near side, and just knocking it out of play is Jackson DeRosset. Princeton starting to gain a little more possession late in the first half. De La Esparella loses possession. De La Esparella trying to find the angle on the far corner. It's rolled out of play. Princeton a 15-3-1 record. They're 14-0-1 against CVC teams this year. All 3 of their losses coming against non-conference foes. And that one tie coming against Notre Dame. Tigers started the year 10-0, then lost to Gil St. Bernard before that tied Notre Dame. Lopez Azogu plays it back. Good connection and a shot from well out. Not much power behind it from Takto Yamada. Reading it all the way is Camphor Harges. Final 5 minutes to play in the first half. Can Hopewell Valley see this 1-goal lead into the break? It's been a strong first half for the Bulldogs, especially defensively, and they're able to find the breakthrough off a corner kick. Archer Seas on the near side. Good with the ball on his feet at tight spaces. Tough defense from Andre Ansara. One back by the Tigers only briefly, though, as it's picked up by Ryan Fornall. Switches the fields for the Bulldogs. Space in the middle of the field for Tyler Yadamak. And the Bulldogs will play it back and regroup. Fornall, heavy touch off the chest, and it's picked up by Isaiah De La Esparella. Princeton looking for a chance, and De La Esparella, with just one player charging into the box, lofts in across, and read all the way by Hanges.
I'd like to see De La Esparella dribble that a little bit more deeper down and then kind of cross it in that way. I think he was a little just too eager to get that in and get someone on top of that.
I agree. There wasn't a lot of bodies up for Princeton. Hopewell Valley had the numbers. And De La Esparella is a guy who, can make something out of nothing. I'm sure Tigers would like to see a couple more players get upfield before he sent that cross in.
You can see, you see weird plays like that too all the time, regular season or not, or postseason or not. I mean, just whipping it in, you just never know what happens. Keeper mistakes happen all the time. Mishandles, teammate gets free, and all of a sudden, you're looking at a goal in that situation. So it wasn't, I guess, the worst intention. You just never know what can happen once you whip something up.
Trying to take it along the top of the box. For Hopewell Valley was Dylan Kowalik. Lost it, but a teammate right back to get it for the Bulldogs. Touch forward by Tyler Yadamak. He goes down in the box. No foul called. Cleared away on the ground by Hammerschlag. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Hopewell Valley trying to look for some insurance before the break. Played it on a first touch. Coming out to try to claim that was the goalkeeper, Ollie Rosenblum, but Princeton teammate didn't hear him. And now played forward for Aaron Fyram. Fyram on the far side. De La Esparella in the middle of the park. Good turnaround from De La Esparella, leading scorer for the Tigers. Trying to find space. Left shot. Oh, he just puts it wide. A rifle of a shot off the left foot of Isaiah De La Esparella. But the angle was cut off by Hargis, and it remains 1-0.
A second threatening opportunity for De La Esparella this half. And continues to come up just a couple feet wide of the net.
I just mentioned a couple minutes ago, though, he can make something out of nothing. He had two defenders in front of him, somehow found an angle to get a shot off, and although it was just wide, you saw the power that De La Esparella can put behind a shot. Always got to keep a body in front of him at all times. A heavy touch in the middle of the field, a turnover, unforced error for Hopewell Valley as it rolled up and hit Peter Donato's arm. Final 30 seconds now. Princeton will let the clock tick down a little bit, get everybody set, and try to keep the ball down here on their offensive end for the remainder of the half. 20 seconds left to go, and this ball's booted upfield. Princeton looking for an equalizer. Flicked ahead, and nobody else there for the second chance balls. It'll roll out of play for a goal kick. And the Hopewell Valley fans starting to clap it up a little bit as the clock ticked down to the end of the first half. One goal in the half, and it's scored by the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. 25-26 left on the clock. And it's William Rye scoring his third goal of the season off an assist from Archie Seas. And the number 7 seed Hopewell Valley Bulldogs with a 1-goal lead over the 3 seed Princeton Tigers at halftime of semifinal number 1 in the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Semifinal. Today's game on the WBCB Sports Network is brought to you by Hyundai of Trenton. Over 1,400 tariff-free cars ready to go at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Hyundai Kona, Palisade, Tucson, Santa Fe, Elantras, all priced for immediate sale. No one has the selection or the special pricing that Hyundai of Trenton has. Over 1,400 tear-free cars. If you were ever thinking of getting a new car, SUV, or EV vehicle, now's the time to buy at Hyundai of Trenton, 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Remember, they have over 1,400 tear-free cars waiting for you to test drive now. And don't forget, if you missed any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Halftime in semifinal number 1. Hopewell with a 1-0 lead over Princeton. We'll take a break and come back with second half action on the other side. Stick with us.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community, Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford has it all. New and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus work-ready trucks. Haldeman Ford has a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford services all makes and models and is known for their fleet service and state-of-the-art collision center. And coming soon, the area's largest new commercial vehicle center. Haldeman Ford here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Back here for second half action in semifinal number 1 of the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament. Hopewell Valley, the number 7 seed, with a 1-0 lead over the Princeton Tigers. Alongside Nick Gallagher, I'm Andrew Myers. Hopewell Valley, team switching sides. They'll go right to left in their home whites. Princeton wearing the royal blue. They move left to right, and we're underway in the second half. And Nick, I think if you ask these two teams which one's more satisfied at the break. I think you got to go with Hopewell Valley. Just a 1-goal lead over a dangerous Princeton team, but still having a lead at all when you come in as the underdog, probably pretty good for you at halftime.
Yeah, it is. It was a very efficient 40 minutes for them in that first half, especially obviously getting the goal. But defensively, they looked really well. They've held their ground, and they really played well. Hargis has made some good stops and just kind of been in the right spot at the right time. But I feel like we're in store for some more goals in this half from both teams. I don't think it's going to just be 1 goal tonight. I feel like Princeton was kind of close on a lot of opportunities, and it's just a matter of time and before they get the right opportunity. And Hopewell Valley has also been threatening a couple times in that first half. They had a lot of good chances themselves, so it's just a matter of them also kind of getting back behind one, whether it's a set piece again or if they can get one off a counterattack.
Yeah, although it's unfamiliar territory for Princeton, they've allowed just 10 goals now this season after the first half goal for Hopewell, but it's not quite desperation mode yet for Princeton. They're a team that can certainly dig themselves out of a hole, and with an entire second half to play, they'll be able to try to find another goal. Here's another chance early, though, for Hopewell Valley, trying to keep it at his feet inside of the box. Was William Rye, the goal scorer. Bulldogs scoring just under 15 minutes into the first half. William Rye with the goal. The assist from Archie Seas. Couple of bodies go down, a hard collision at the 25-yard line on the near side. Bulldog down, holding his face.
I think that was head to shoulder, I think. It happened so quickly.
Edward Lee was the Bulldog slow to get up. He's back and sprinting toward the back line to his defensive position. You mentioned it, Nick, this Hopewell Valley defense standing tall in the first half. Couple of strong chances for Princeton, especially for Isaiah De La Esparella. But you see, as soon as De La Esparella gets the ball at his feet, Hopewell sending multiple players toward him. They don't want to give him any sort of space.
And we talked about it in the first half, and I brought it up a little bit in our pregame, just the experience between these managers at all 4 teams tonight that we're going to see. But Gola has seen a lot of teams and a lot of different attacks in his 22 years at the helm at the Bulldogs. So you know he's going to try to hit the right buttons.
Mueller plays a ball deep. It's a good one, and what a save from Hangis. Camphor Hargis with big reaction. Keeping the 0 on the board for Hopewell Valley. Princeton keeping the pressure on. Middle of the park now, giving out wide to Asai. And a late foot in, foul called on Ivan Marinov. What a ball it was, whipped in by Asai on the near side. And Camphor Hargis with quick reactions, sprawling to make that save.
You mentioned how many saves Hargis had, 152 on the year for Camphor Hargis coming into tonight's game. So he's seen a lot of shots from a lot of different teams, a lot of different offenses. And the sophomore so far has really held his ground. It's been really impressive between the pipes tonight.
28 goals allowed for Hopewell Valley this season. Hugo Scanlon, another sophomore, has got a little playing time in net too for the Bulldogs. So here goes against Princeton. First significant opportunity of the second half going to the Tigers. Hopewell Valley's Camphor Hargis keeping the ball out of the net though. Archie Seas will play this free kick low. And it's just shot for 4-0, trying to chip it over the keeper, but caught by Rosenblum. Ryan Fornall had the shot. Throw in taken quickly. Here's De La Esparella. More pressure from Hopewell Valley, and they force a turnover. First of 2 semifinal matchups tonight. About a half hour after the conclusion of this one, we'll have the number 1 seed Notre Dame Irish taking on the number 4 seed Lawrence Cardinals. Princeton and Notre Dame meeting in the championship game last year. Potential rematch on the horizon, but if things stand like they are now, Hopewell Valley will be right back here on their home turf on Saturday. Still a lot of time left on the clock, though. 35 minutes to go, and now a chance for Princeton. Here's Dale Asparella. Good pickup by the defender. Dale Asparella still with the ball at his feet, trying to find shooting lane, and he does! Oh, what a beauty of a goal! Isaiah Dale Asparella patient with the ball at his feet, and he finds a shooting lane and puts it into the side netting with the left foot, and the equalizer for Princeton. It's 1-1 early in the second half.
We talked about the chances Dale Asparella has had tonight in this contest, and he finally finds his opportunity and connects with it. A beautiful shot off the left foot, whips it into the left post, and buries it past Hargis. And Princeton is right back into this game with 34 minutes to go.
It felt like a matter of if not when Isaiah Dale Asparella was going to insert himself into this game. And just about 5 minutes into the second half, the Tigers' leading scorer scoring his 14th goal of the year, equalizing for Princeton. And we're back to an even score at 1-1. Hammerschlag comes in big time on the shoulder as he knocks over Hopewell defender Edward Lee, helps him up. No hard feelings between those two. And just an unbelievable job by Isaiah Dale Asparella to just find space for a shot there. He initially was all alone, and it was a great recovery run by Colin McCullough to get back and put some pressure on Dale Asparella. And then just as cool as you like, Dale Asparella, ball to the right, ball to the left. And he slots it home, bottom left corner, past Camphor Hargis for his 14th goal of the season. Another good spin move to keep the ball at his feet by Yamada. Played forward, Dale Asparella now. Another chance inside the box for the Tigers, and a good job defensively turning that ball away by Hopewell Valley. Again, it's Colin McCullough, the senior defensive back. Throw in taken short. Here's Yamada trying to play it forward, but too heavy of a pass. Looking for Marinov. And now a great touchdown by Dylan Kowalik. Hold up play for the Bulldogs. Try to get numbers forward. And then Archie Seas loses possession. Princeton with some space now. Played forward by Marinov. And now a collision in the middle of the park, and knowing it right away is Aaron Thyrum as he's called for the foul. Referee almost got in the way of that play. Staying with it, though, is Chase Hammerschlag for Princeton. Good turn back and recovery tackle for Hopewell Valley. Princeton Tigers finding the equalizer. 34:55 on the clock. Isaiah Dale Asparella scoring his 14th goal of the season. Some more heavy contact from Aaron Thyrum. He's got to be careful. A couple more of those, and the referee might start going to his pocket. You're allowed to be physical, but when you start playing like a linebacker out there, might hurt your chances of staying on the friendly side of the referee. Goal kick coming up now for Princeton. Tigers stumbled a little bit at the end of the regular season, losing their final 2 regular season games. A 1-0 loss to Cherokee, a 2-1 loss to Westfield. Their final regular season matchup against a CVC team was a 2-1 win against Lawrence. You want to talk about pure dominance against conference foes. Princeton entering today's game with a 23-game unbeaten streak against CVC teams. Just look out, this one coming into the stands. You got to go back to last October the 8th, 2024. A 2-0 loss to Steiner was the last time Princeton lost to a CVC opponent. 23 straight unbeaten for the Tigers.
I mean, not only is that an impressive stat, it's just a very hard thing to accomplish in this conference overall. I mean, that is unprecedented.
You talk about the talent in this conference. I mean, just look at this tournament right now. You have a 7 seed right in it with the number 3 seed in the semifinal. You have your heavy hitters who fight for sectional and state titles every year, the Princetons, the Notre Dames. You can throw Steinert into that group, even though they've had a bit of a down year this year by their standards. Then you have a sneaky team like Lawrence, who behind those heavyweights has the 5th most wins among CVC teams over the last couple of seasons. Very few easy games in the Colonial Valley Conference calendar. Somehow Princeton still with this ball. And here's a shot just going wide. Oh, Aaron Thyrum almost with a spectacular goal for the Tigers. Dale Asparella not the only one good with the ball in tight space. And it was good ball movement all around from Princeton. Hammerschlag played it across to Thyrum, and again, more patience from a Princeton Tiger. And he fired it just wide. Princeton with the momentum early on in the second half, a 1-1 game in the CVC semifinal. Here's Seas playing it forward, chance for Hopewell. Played across at the spot, shot deflected. Second chance, a couple of chances for Dylan Kowalik. But Princeton able to get bodies in front. And now the Tigers trying to get a counterattack going. Good defense though. And it's just cleared out by Emil Rybovich. Archie Seas again in the middle of that Hopewell Valley attack. Bulldogs just missing that final link. Here they are again in the attacking third. Trying to play it on the near side for William Rye. Good things usually happen when he has the ball at his feet. And Rye applies the pressure there and wins the throw in for Hopewell Valley. Tyler Yadamak along the goal line, and a bit of a mistouch from Yadamak. Plays it into the hands of the goalkeeper, Ari Rosenblum. De La Espriella trying to get to that ball. You see the acceleration, but it was a good read by Cargis to come out and retrieve that. I'd like to see a goalie be aggressive. It seems like the sophomore Hargis has more of a veteran mindset in between the posts. Really bright future for this Hopewell Valley Bulldogs team with him in net. Good body forward. Chase Hammerschlag finding space, playing it to De La Espriella, and miscommunication there. De La Espriella is making the inside run. Hammerschlag wanted him to go outside. But wow, just look at the pace there of Chase Hammerschlag.
He had so much open field too. Green turf in front of him. Found De La Espriella, which just was not the connection they got.
Hammerschlag listed on the roster as a defender. He's got 7 goals and 3 assists this season. You can see him playing up top at the moment for Princeton. Saw him in the first half playing along that back line, and he was not afraid to carry it upfield. Versatile player for the Princeton Tigers, and Chase Hammerschlag. He scored the game winner against Trenton in the quarterfinal. And he also had the lone goal in a 1-0 win for Princeton over Hopewell Valley in the regular season. 1-1 here in this matchup in the CVC semifinal. Just under 24 minutes left to go in regulation. William Rye plays it along the goal line. He was looking for Dylan Kowalik, but a nice job defensively by Princeton to watch it go out. Let there be light, we say in the booth here.
Oh, about getting that time.
Hopewell keeping the good pressure on defensively, making Princeton earn every inch of this possession, every shot opportunity. And now space for the Bulldogs going the opposite way. Played forward. They were trying to connect with William Rye on the near side. Knocked ahead by Angel Morales Rivera. I haven't talked much about this Princeton back line today. Now Rivera, one of the center backs. Marco Mueller here as the right back. Albor's Karandi in as well. He didn't start the game, but here's a chance, and oh, just wide again. It's Aaron Thyrum with a good opportunity outside the box. Ken Forhan just really making it hard for these Princeton players to find shooting space. And again, the Hopewell Valley goalkeeper read it all the way and watched that one go just wide, but another good chance for Thyrum.
You really feel a change in momentum in this game. Really, ever since the De La Espriella goal, it's been all Princeton offensively, at least. Not many good chances for the Bulldogs, really since their goal early on in the first half. They've really kind of kept in check after the initial adrenaline rush you get in these type of games, especially at home.
Hopewell Valley wins a throw-in on the far side, right in front of their bench. Bulldogs have been up for the entirety of this game. Princeton bench now standing in the second half. They know the magnitude of this game. And right now it's coming down to the wire. Rye somehow keeping that ball at his feet, but good secondary help from the Princeton defense. Knocked ahead, but only as far as Edward Lee, and then they're going to blow the whistle, and it's going to go against Hopewell Valley. Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week is the Trentonian. We have double, and I guess you can call it quadruple, semifinal action today in the CVC. The girls' semifinals are taking place today. They were supposed to be played tomorrow here at Hopewell Valley, but big storm coming in New Jersey tomorrow, so they moved the games to tonight. They're being played over at West Windsor Plainsboro North. Here's De La Sparella. Gets that ball knocked away from him. And the plan still for the finals is to be played right here on Saturday. The girls' final scheduled for 2 o'clock at Ackerson Field, and then the boys' final will follow, tentatively scheduled for 4:30 Eastern Time kickoff. And we'll have the action for you right here on the WBCB Sports Network. You can hit that subscribe button and click the bell to be notified for our live broadcasts coming up. Plenty of postseason action, both on the pitch for soccer and on the gridiron for football, coming up in November. And the final week of October, of course. Hammerschlag plays it forward to De La Sparella. These two have started to connect in the second half. De La Sparella plays a beauty of a ball out wide. It's a heavy touch. Aaron Thyrum on the other end of that one. And it'll stay with Princeton. And just collects and quickly distributes to William Rye on the near side. Hopewell Valley trying to build a counterattack. Bulldogs playing along the near side. Mario Radzicki down there with Edward Lee. And they lose the ball out of play. It'll be a Princeton throw-in. Whistle goes. It'll be a free kick for Princeton deep in their defensive half. Upfield for Hammerschlag. Tough to get the ball away from him. He's got good speed and good strength. Trying to find De La Sparella, and a great read defensively to take that away by Colin McCullough. It's been a good battle entirely the second half between McCullough and Hammerschlag. They're at it again. This time McCullough goes down. Hammerschlag gets around him momentarily. Gives it off to De La Sparella. De La Sparella looking to fire across him. Now taking it along the side inside the box, trying to get around another defender. Hammerschlag hammers one toward frame. The initial save from Hangis, and then he has to scramble to collect the rebound. More great reflexes from the Hopewell Valley keeper to keep this game tied.
Yeah, Hart just really avoided crisis there. That could have bounced off his chest and could have misplayed that, and that would have been loose and free in the box for any Tiger to connect with. And really good, able to corral that, keep the Princeton attack neutralized, and keep them off the scoreboard, and would have been a crucial situation.
Saw the power behind that shot from Hammerschlag, though. Hargis got to the spot, but it was just too much for him to keep in his chest, and then Aaron Thyrum was right there ready to tap it home, but Hargis, able to get back there. to collect. Here's a corner kick coming up now for Hopewell Valley. Clock ticks toward 15 minutes left to go in regulation. 1-1 game between Hopewell Valley and Princeton in the semifinal of the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament. Hopewell Valley, the 7 seed, playing on their home turf. This one played along the ground, cleared away for a moment. Picked up top. Another shot blocked away. Good job by Princeton defensively. Hopewell Valley again will play it forward, trying to keep the pressure. Good dummy from William Rye. Gets around the defender. But then he'll turn it back up. Hopewell Valley. With Edward Lee. Lays it back. And it's picked up by Radzicki. Radzicki playing it to the top of the box. Cleared away briefly by Princeton. And picked up by Archie Seas. Seas now playing it toward the top of the box, and it's cleared away. Knocked forward by Hammerschlag. Here's De La Esparella. Plays it forward to Hammerschlag again. Good 1-2 on the counterattack. Hammerschlag looking for a shooting lane. He fires! Oh my Lord, what a strike! Chase Hammerschlag puts the Princeton Tigers in front with a beauty. "20 minutes after Isaiah De La Esparella equalizes for the Tigers. It's his running mate, Chase Hammerschlag, who just needs a little bit of space to find a shooting lane, and he puts all that power behind that right-footed strike into the top left corner. And Princeton's up 2-1 with 14:25 to go.
Hammerschlag his 8th goal on the year, and he does it again. The only goal in their win against Trenton. And Hammerschlag, what a beauty. I mean, he had 2 defenders near him. The Bulldogs were trying to send men quickly around him, knowing he was going to take that chance, and he does. And what a strike that was. As it's been an all-Tiger second half here. Come from behind, down early 1-0. And they've taken their first lead of the game tonight with 14 minutes to go.
I mean, there's nothing much more you can ask from Colin McCullough, the defender. Jackson DeRossid was back there as well. Hammerschlag, just once he gets going, tough to slow him down. And really, it was a pinpoint accuracy, perfect strike from Hammerschlag from about 15 yards out. Lofting it into the top left corner. Really tough for Kemper Hargis to do anything else and put his whole body toward it. And just unable to get it to him. Hammerschlag puts it right past the outstretched hand of Hargis.
I didn't think he was going to take the shot initially. Yeah. He hesitated just for a half a second, and I thought that was going to be enough to get the Bulldogs around it and block the shot or even make a save from Hargis. But Hammerschlag hit it with a great amount of pace and in the right spot, and he was able to whip it in that far post and give the Tigers a lead.
And that slight hesitation, I think, opened up space for him, and he certainly has the confidence to fire one on frame in tight space.
Well, that's what you have to do in these games, especially the final 15 minutes, Andrew, as we come down the stretch. I mean, you don't know how many chances you're going to get from both teams the way this game, especially in the second half, is gone. And Hammerschlag just taking advantage of the opportunity, like I mentioned earlier, just putting shots on frame. You just never know what can happen.
Who is going to be the hero tonight? Right now, it's Chase Hammerschlag of the Princeton Tigers, putting the number 3 seed ahead for the first time today with 14:25 left on the clock in the second half. Princeton trailed it 1-0 at halftime after the goal from William Rye. Tigers quickly found an equalizer in the second half from Isaiah De La Esparella, and then 20 minutes later it's Chase Hammerschlag with a rocket into the top left corner to put Princeton ahead. Still 12 minutes left to go on the clock, though. And Hopewell Valley is not just going to sit down and let this clock roll out. Battle for it on the near side. Heavy touch from Edward Lee. Played forward looking for De La Esparella, but the flag is up. Offside's called. Now with this lead, you might see Isaiah De La Esparella try to creep back a little bit and get behind the defenders without them knowing. Maybe catch the lineman off guard or actually get back in time on a couple of these passes. Princeton are going to do everything they can to try to keep the ball in their possession and keep it upfield. Hopewell Valley looking for an equalizer. 11 minutes left to go in regulation in semifinal number 1.
I'm curious to see how the Bulldogs are going to respond now after the goal from Hammerschlag. You're down the first time tonight. You know, you had the lead. You were tied. You had a chance to go in front in the second half. And now you're down on your home field with the final 10 minutes to go. How are you going to change up your offensive attack and pressure? And you're going to put more – you got to find a way to put more pressure on that back line of the Tigers, who have really stood there and held up their ground in this second half. Been tough to break through to them. They haven't had many opportunities and chances on net.
The momentum might not be on Hopewell Valley's side, but the confidence doesn't seem to have wilted for the Bulldogs. There's still time for them to get this equalizer. But you got to say, regardless of how this game ends, Hopewell Valley giving Princeton a very big test and a very good test. Played along the far side now. Along the goal line, it's a long run for Ivan Marinov. And it ends with a Princeton corner kick, and the Tigers are going to be in no rush to take this one.
This is a crucial situation for the Tigers. Chance to add to the lead. And a big task for Kiefer Hargis to hold his ground in net for the Bulldogs, to keep this game where it's at and give the Bulldogs a chance through these final 9 minutes.
Simon Danos Peltekian putting the pressure on the keeper. Hargis, this one played in, far post, and getting ahead on it was Chase Hammerschlag, but right there to catch it was Hargis. Hargis now thought about booting it quickly, but it's going to slow it down, get his team upfield. Princeton doing a great job of getting back. That ball bounces a couple times and stays with the Tigers. Played forward by Lopez Azoglu. And pulling up in the middle of the field is Mario Radzicki. He'll keep going for now, but something to keep an eye on, Radzicki. Number 6 for Hopewell Valley. Looked like he pulled up a little bit on that pass. And now Radzicki goes down, can't continue, as he's down around the 30-yard line. Going to get some help from a teammate. Mario Radzicki, senior midfielder, does not have any goal contributions this year.
Seems to just be a cramping situation now, as he's getting to be stretched out by his teammate, and now the trainer comes on as well to help out.
Eight minutes, 13 seconds left on the clock. A 2-1 lead for Princeton over Hopewell Valley. A spot in the CVC championship game on the line. And today's game is brought to you by Haldeman Ford, celebrating 50 years of business and supporting your community. Haldeman Ford, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Neighbors helping neighbors is what Haldeman Ford does and will continue to do. Haldeman Ford has it all: new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, plus work-ready trucks. Haldeman Ford has a great variety of EV vehicles. Haldeman Ford services all makes and models and is known for their fleet service and state-of-the-art collision center. And coming soon, the area's largest new commercial vehicle center. Haldeman Ford, here yesterday, here today, and here tomorrow, celebrating their 50th year in business. Andrew Myers alongside Nick Gallagher, Colin Summer, our video engineer today for doubleheader at Hopewell Valley High School. We'll have the top seed Notre Dame Irish taking on the 4 seed Norwich Cardinals at the conclusion of this one. As Mario Radzicki continues to stay down. And just taking a look at the replay of Chase Hammerschlag's goal, which right now stands as the game winner, go-ahead goal right now. Scored 6 minutes ago. Just an unbelievable strike from the senior Hammerschlag.
They're going to bring the card out. Not good.
Yeah, certainly not a sight you want to see. Mario Radzicki down on the field still for Hopewell Valley, and looks like he's going to have to get carted off. Gets that right leg stretched out. We saw him pull up a little lane after he completed a pass a couple minutes ago, and now finally he's back up to his feet, but he's going to need some help to get onto that cart. And a good round of applause from the crowd. So best wishes to Mario Radzicki. Still be 10-2, and Hopewell Valley will have to go the remainder of this game without him. A good round of applause from the faithful here.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. I hate to see that, especially in the final 8 minutes of this game, to lose one of your players when you're trying to come back in this environment in the semifinal game.
Key midfielder too for this Hopewell Valley team, so he comes off. Hopewell Valley will restart with possession. Just over 8 minutes left to go in regulation. 2-1 lead for Princeton. Hopewell Valley really hasn't had much chances in this second half. It's been all Princeton with those 2 goals.
And we kind of talked about a little bit in the open how Hopewell Valley has an up and down year, struggled to score goals consistently through the game. And you look at the Tigers, I mean, their 2 leading goal scorers, they scored tonight. Hopewell Valley doesn't have that one standout player to score, double-digit goals. They got a couple guys with 6 in Archie Seas and Dylan Kowalik. But other than that, it's Peter Donato with 4 goals. And not much after that. Emil Robovic has 3. So you're going to have to find a goal from a source somehow for the Bulldogs to keep their CVC tournament hopes alive.
Throw in for Princeton. Down in their half. It's Marco Mueller to take it. Hopewell Valley starting to get into scramble mode, trying to keep this ball.
You might see more and more as we come down the stretch for Princeton, kind of just get it in the corner and just hog possession and hold as much time as they can.
Time running out for Hopewell Valley. Bulldogs led it 1-0 at halftime after a goal from William Rye. But it's been all Princeton Tigers in this second half. Isaiah De La Esparella with the equalizer 5 minutes in. And then Chase Hammerschlag with a bullet into the top left corner to give Princeton the lead. Here's William Rye playing a ball into the box, and nobody there. Falling down on it is Ari Rosenblum. And the Princeton keeper will take his time. Princeton Tigers, the reigning CVC Tournament champions. Unbeaten in conference play this season. Entered today with a 23-game unbeaten run against Colonial Valley Conference opponents. And they're looking to make it 24 today and 25 on Saturday to grab their second straight title. 5 minutes left in this one to play in that title game. Archie Seas takes the throw in quickly. Colin McCullough waiting for something to open up. Don't count out the Bulldogs just yet. Good ball movement. Kowalik plays it up to Yadamak. Yadamak cutting it inside. Yadamak with a shot, and oh, it's not far off. Tyler Yadamak trying to turn something out of nothing, and he just puts it over the bar.
That was a chance the Bulldogs needed. They've been looking for something like that all throughout this second half. And Yadamek just comes up short. Tried to make something happen there. And right idea again for the Bulldogs. Not able to get the correct bounce to go their way.
It was great ball movement by the Bulldogs in tight space. And then Yadamak just cut it inside into the box. And tried to fire it into the near post. Good read by Ari Rosenblum. Watched it all the way, and it goes just wide. Every inch matters now. At this point in the game, under 4 minutes left to go. 2-1 lead for Princeton. Spot in the CVC title game on Saturday within touching distance for the Tigers. Good win back by Marco Mueller, and they play it upfield. Princeton trying to get a counter. Not many numbers as they have everybody behind the ball. And then coming back in for a foul is Edward Lee. Good job on the hold-up play from Simon Danos Peltekian. Free kick for Princeton as the clock ticks down toward 3 minutes. Aaron Thyram to take, and he takes it short. Thyram now taking it to the corner. And instead of holding it up, he'll just knock it out of play. And Princeton pins Hopewell Valley back in the near corner. Seventh-seeded Bulldogs knocking off the number 10 seed Hightstown Rams in the first round. Then an upset over the number 2 seed Robbinsville Ravens in the quarterfinal to get to this point. They get back on home turf. Technically a neutral game, but played here in Ackerson Field for the Bulldogs. But their Cinderella run is close to being ended. Here's a shot, not much on it. Rosenblum taking his time. Plays it forward. Every ball's got to be won by Hopewell Valley at this point. Bulldogs desperate for an equalizer. Pass intercepted by Edward Lee. And played forward. Some space here on the far side for William Rye. It's a great job to get it to him from Dylan Kowalik. This one played forward, coming well off his line is the keeper. And now a looping shot toward frame, and it's just over the bar. Jackson DeRosset had the ball at his feet, coming way off his line was Ari Rosenblum. And a sigh of relief for the Princeton Tigers.
Great little chip attempt and credit for it. I mean, that's an opportunity you have to do in that situation. Just too much on that one. What would have been, man, can you imagine, Andrew, if that went in?
Oh.
I mean, this place would have erupted.
Inches away from an equalizer are the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. Now another chance here. Final 30 seconds. Cleared away by the Princeton Tigers. Push forward. Princeton trying to keep possession. Ball at the feet of Ivan Marinov. Out of play. Throw in for Hopewell Valley with 12 seconds left to go. Bulldogs launch it forward. Can they get one last cross in? Top of the box. Headed away. Out of the box. Clock expires. And that's going to do it for semifinal number 1 in the Colonial Valley Conference Boys Soccer Tournament. The Princeton Tigers, the number 3 seed and the defending champions, come back from a halftime deficit. They score twice in the second half and hang on to a 1-goal lead in the final 14 minutes and change. And the Tigers will play one more game and try to defend their title in Saturday's championship matchup. And look how fired up Ari Rosenblum is for the Princeton Tigers. As Ryan Walsh's squad gets their 16th win of the year, they extend their unbeaten run against CVC squads to 24 games. It's jubilation for the Princeton Tigers, but Nick Gallagher, heartbreak for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs. They lose on home turf.
Yeah, a very tough way to end your CVC tournament run, but it was a very impressive run indeed to get them to this spot. They really played a full 80 minutes of soccer here today, and they really gave it their all. It just came up short. The 2 stars for the Tigers showed up, and that was the difference really for them this evening.
No reason for the Hopewell Valley Bulldogs to hang their heads low after that performance against one of the best teams in the CVC, one of the best teams in the state of New Jersey. Hopewell Valley gave them a run for their money. They led for about 20 minutes in this game, or 30 minutes, in this game. But at the end of the day, it's the Princeton Tigers with a pair of goals in the second half. First from Isaiah De La Esparella, and then Chase Hammerschlag with a bullet into the top left corner that ended up being the game winner. And the number 3 seed Princeton Tigers advance to their second consecutive Colonial Valley Conference title game. And they'll be right back here at Ackerson Field on Saturday evening, trying to defend their title from a season ago. Who they will play, we'll find out in about 2 hours' time. The number 1 seed Notre Dame Irish taking on the number 4 seed Lawrence Cardinals in semifinal number 2. And we're going to have the action for you right here on the WBCB Sports Network. But before that, we'll wrap up this stream here for game number 1. Big thank you to our sponsors, Revere Restaurant, Team Toyota, the New Jersey Education Association, the Capital Health System, Ultimate Ford, Hyundai of Trenton, Mako of Ewing, and as always, the Trentonian. For Colin Summer and Nick Gallagher, I'm Andrew Myers signing off from game 1 of 2 here at Hopewell Valley High School. Come back in about a half hour's time right here on the WBCB Sports Network YouTube page for Notre Dame and Lawrence to see who will face the Princeton Tigers in the championship game. We'll come back in about a half hour. Stick with us here on the WBCB Sports Network.